Hey everybody, it's Knight42 back for the misses of the week from the 15th of July to the 22nd of July. This week I'm going to talk about, as usual, all the reality shows that I watched and take bullets for on some of you. And first up, we're going to go ahead and go with Treasure Hunters for the week. With Treasure Hunters, we've got the big bad Miss. She gets 3 strikes. If she was on America's Got Talent, she'd be out of the game. I'm talking Katie Fogel, the daughter of the religious family. Oh my goodness, I just wanted to reach that screen, slap her silly, and put some sense into her. First off, she's crying and whining and just bitching and moaning in the swamp. My legs, my legs. It's like, oh come on, if she was Keith from the Brown family and weighed 280 pounds, 300 pounds, and was whining about his legs, maybe I'd give her a little slack. But she's this young little girl, and I just want to reach through and slap her. And then on top of that, when they get to the what's the word, the house with the mirrors, I should say. And her father's like, well, there's something to do with the mirrors, and she keeps saying, no, it's not the mirrors. And he keeps saying, I think there's something to do with the mirrors, and she's like, no. Even though one of the clues is reflection. Come on, enough of them. It's the Weavers, part 2. I think I said that last week, and I'll say it again. Next up on that show is the Geniuses. Now, I do give them kudos for going back and getting Sam. I think they only did it though for television purposes. If it had not been aired on television, they never would have done it. But I don't give them kudos because they just took a while, to figure it out. Now on the other side of it, I do give them a hit, a good hit, in the fact that they figured out the red clue with the red glasses, and how fast they figured out the mirror problem. So, okay, next to move on, last comic standing. This week was kind of an odd week. Obviously, Josh and Ty did great jobs, but for Michelle, Chris, and Roz, it was very off. Michelle and Chris both, their transitions didn't seem to be on quite right, and I was kind of disappointed. I was surprised with Chris on that one. Michelle, she has some good jokes, but she wasn't as strong this week. Roz, now that we've seen a 5-minute segment of her, I don't know if I could put up a whole half-hour show of her yelling and screaming, her act. So I don't know. She's still funny, but I don't think she could last a whole act without me going crazy. So we move on to the one I keep telling you, I'm taking the bullet for you. America's Got Talent. First up, At Last. The judges loved At Last. Me, I just thought they were average. They're just a standard, boys to men type group. I'm sure they've got more talent than a lot of the others, but I'm not too big of a fan of theirs. Next up on that is Bobby Badfingers. Now, Bobby, like Piers Morgan said, he's got kind of a weird, personality. You gotta kind of sort of like him. But what the heck was that when he flashed his chest like it's acting like it was his boob or something? That was just totally off. So I don't know. He's on my misses list this week, and obviously off the show, so it doesn't matter anymore. And last up on the misses for that one was Mark the Knife. Now, I enjoyed his first show with the flaming bowling ball and all that, catching it on his head. And his baby segment was very funny on this show. But I think the lawnmower segment, it was exciting, but it was just too slow to set up. It took a long time to set up, and so unfortunately I put some on my misses list this week. Actually, and if I go to think about it, Brandy, the judge, is on my misses list this week. She was just killing everybody in front with no purpose. And she keeps saying, oh, I'm a singer. I mean, well, in certain circles she is. So, last up, we're going to go ahead and go with Big Brother, All Stars. And my misses for the week on this one. First up with Diane. When she was nominated and everything, she was just crying all over the house, talking about how she needed money and how she needed this. I think she's just using it as a tool for sympathy and all that. But fortunately, I think the other House members realize this and can easily manipulate her, in my opinion at least. That and the fact that Boogie is so enthralled with her, so she's in with the Chilltown Alliance. And it is kind of funny she's Mrs. Smith too. Obviously, now that Diane's called it out, it's pretty obvious what's happening. Next up, Erica. I'm just giving her a miss this week just because she didn't take Nokomis off with the veto. I was sad about that. That's my dryer. Next up is Howie. I still don't understand what the hell he's doing with Will. I mean, yeah, he's acting like he's gay. He's flirting with him. He's doing all this weird stuff. It's just driving me nuts. And then the fact that he's doing the whole cheer thing after a win, like he's like going crazy whenever season 6 wins. I think it's a little rude to all the other contestants. My next miss was Marcellus this week, only because he's gone so far as to not eat the slop. Even though, I mean, I don't know if I would eat any of it either, but I mean, sure, if you can heat it up a little, at least it's something to eat until the week is over. I don't know, a whole week without anything, and he's going to be hurting on the next challenge. Mike Boogie, he's my next miss. That guy, if he had a personality of his own, I don't know what would happen. But I think he's just like an extension of Will, like an extra arm or something. And so last up then, the miss of the week would be Will himself, who everybody calls him evil Dr. Will, evil Dr. Will. I don't think he's evil one bit. I think he's the annoying Dr. Will, and he just drives me nuts. It's just I can't stand the guy, and not because he's evil, just because he's annoying. So that's it for my misses of the week. You can check me out at myspace.com and then /Knight42, that's with a K. Or you can check me out at our website at www.jasonandelisa.net. Or lastly, you can check me out at the postings on thefandom.com. That's it for this week. Peace out.